it's Dustin with TechMD. Today we're going to be coming at you with a Google Pixel 6 Pro. We're going to do a screen repair. Unfortunately, as you can see in this video here I'm going to show you, you really can't turn off the screen. And that's okay. We can still reboot it once we plug in the screen, and preferably see if we can disconnect the battery if possible to prevent shorts, but we'll see. Anyways, we're also going to do on this video, I'm gonna try to screen record my computer, we'll see. And then also show you guys how to reprogram the fingerprint sensor reader, since that's a thing with the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. So hopefully this video is helpful to you guys who is trying to do the screen repairs, and here we go. So first you want to leave it on the heater. I just max out my hot plate. I usually like to use 120 degrees Celsius to 3 minutes, but since this one is broken, it's only going to 87. But once we get up to the temperature, which is hot to the touch, about 5 minutes, it's getting there, then we're going to start separating the front screen. I always tell everyone, please make sure you watch the video first before doing it. Please support us by clicking on the links below. All the tools are going to be linked down in the description, and we're going to have Amazon, Android Gadgets, and to buy the parts. If parts are not found in those two areas, I'll try my best to get you guys a different spot to find the parts, but should be able to find them somewhere for you. Okay, anyways, we're gonna need an iPlastix tool and iFlex tool. You're gonna need T7000. That's for our sealant, so it reseals up the phone and keeping it water resistant. And I do believe we need a T4 to unscrew that battery. Or, well, unscrew the screen. Okay, I used the WIHA screwdriver. Torx driver is one of the best for this, and then I like using grip tools for everything else. Unfortunately, grip tools don't make that yet, so I deal with what I got. All right, so now that it's warmed up, hot to the touch, you can use a glove. I can link this in the Amazon here. It keeps your hands where you're not burning yourself. It's always nice. And this screen is damaged beyond like doing glass only repair. Even would love to do glass only repair, but I don't have the tools to do it anyways. So I'm always going to be ripping off that screen. Now this is an OLED display, so they're very, very thin. We don't want to dive in too deep, as we don't want to damage cables or whatnot. I'm using the iPlastix tool because it helps prevent me cutting cables. I might hit, see that's where the LCD cable is, or the OLED cable. And so it prevents me from cutting it because I can actually feel it with the tool. So it's really helpful. I literally use the iPlastix tool to open up almost every device. All right, that's where our screen connection cable is. I am not seeing where the battery connector is. Let's take a look underneath all this tape. You do not want to puncture the battery, of course. Doesn't look like it's under there. Probably under here. Nope, it's not under there either. All right, next. Okay, I'm definitely not seeing the cable anywhere along. So it must be on the bottom somewhere. Can't really tell. So normally, if you can turn off your phone and you don't technically need to disconnect the battery, but we're doing this since we can't turn off the phone. It's a brand new phone, and to be honest, I don't want to short out a, how much is it? $700 phone. It's not as bad as our S21 Ultra, but you know. My tool keeps on slipping, so I'm going to go to T3. Prevents less slippage, I hope. And I'm going to remagnetize it. I have a little magnetizer tool. Helps me grab these screws here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to lift up this bracket without disconnecting the screen. This screw does not want to come out. Just happy to be staying in there. I'm going to try to encourage it to come out with some tweezers. There we go. And I tend to like the T3 screw driver. It seems to work a little bit easier and efficient. But you certainly don't want to strip anything, so just be aware that it's not the exact correct size. All right, so we got this whole bracket right here that seems to be able to lift up a little bit, so we're gonna move this bracket out of the way. Seems to go all around the entire phone. Plastic bracket here. Just wanted to get to this screw here. And this never-ending bracket doesn't want to seem to give me any kind of relief here. Okay, so I see the battery disconnect. It's right here under the phone. I need some light. All right, so if this is the cable, I'm gonna disconnect it right here. It's disconnected. Let's see if that turned it off. It did. Okay, great. What a pain. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the heater just in case we need to salvage any of the components off this unit. I would say it's going to be quite difficult to plug that power connector back in with the screen plugged in. So I'm just going to go ahead and just plug it back in. And just be careful not to hit. There we go. Be careful not to hit the brain works, the battery. Like, don't puncture it. Don't touch anything besides what you're doing there. This has to go underneath again, so we're gonna just lift this up. Okay, we're gonna screw everything back down. Does it go this way or does it go upside down? I didn't see this thing flying off, that's why I was trying to figure out what way does this go. Alright, so this is a nice long screw, so that looks like it belongs there. Same with this one here. A lot of the Pixels, we can't even disconnect the battery with putting a screen on. So they know this, but I would prefer to disconnect the battery if I can, if it's possible. And it seems possible, it's just a little challenging. All right, next step is we're going to have to pick off any excess glue. So I'm just taking my fingernail and seeing if we got any extra glue here. Could also use the iseasmo tool to help dig out any glue. Be careful not to turn it back on, because then we have to repeat steps of unplugging the battery.
What's your channel called?
It's Tech MD YouTube. Seems like there's a thin layer of some glue on here. I'm just trying to tackle it. See if we should remove it or not. Looks like black cold pressed glue. Usually takes like a month or more for the video to show up on the channel. Goes to my editors in Egypt,
For sure, yeah.
and then they edit it.
Interesting. You just give them the raw footage, and you don't even, do you like guide what they're?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I do some guidance, but for the most part, they know what I like or what I want.
Right.
But, you know, I have 3 people, 3 eyes on it to try to make it the best channel possible. But overall, my style is not well liked in the community.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just more detail oriented, so I'm more for the person who's starting out than the person who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, because I gotta admit, my videos are kind of boring.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but they are my style. No one else does them this way. Spends the time to teach people.
Yeah.
Spends the time to remove the glue to get a proper seal.
So detailed, even a novice like myself.
Yep. I think with the proper tools
Yeah.
and the willingness to potentially break a $700 phone, you can certainly do it. It's just risk reward, you know?
Yeah.
It's really all it is. Okay, now that I got all the glue removed that I can find, we're gonna go ahead and take out of our package the screen. Just put it in here weird. This is all original, which is great. I'm sure in the future they'll have refurbished and the prices will go down. Okay, so this is interesting. Fingerprint has to be transferred. I thought for sure we'd have to reprogram the fingerprint, so I'm wrong. That is very interesting.
What does that mean? Like it's on the like.
It's on the display and I gotta somehow transfer it. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so do I want to test it? Yeah, let's test it first without the fingerprint reader. And we'll turn it off and test it again. With the fingerprint on, then we'll glue it all down. Okay, so I just lined it up and basically connected it with my tool here. I don't know if you guys, it's hard to see, but I lined it up and then connected it with my tool. Just, it's hard to describe, guys. It's gonna be a little challenging to plug that in. Just take your time and don't rush it. So now we're gonna go ahead and just turn it on without that fingerprint reader on. And we're just gonna make sure the touch works everywhere. Then we're gonna turn it off and then go ahead and remove the fingerprint reader off of that. It's warming up right now. It's been warming up the whole entire time. So hopefully it'll be able to just disconnect real fast. It literally shows a loading percentage. That's crazy. Looks like the phone already just turned off due to heat. So that's good. That's another thing that the Pixels do. We'll just turn off because of heat. Mm-hmm. So we just didn't really have to disconnect it.
Oh, because of the heat that here.
Yep, and I'm totally talking to the camera too.
Oh, of course.
Okay, seems like it's working good. Let's go ahead and... All right. I know where to turn it off, come on. It's right here. Nope, I missed it. It's there, power button, duh. Okay, we're turning it off. It's off. Disconnect the screen.
Kind of silly in my opinion that they removed the pull the power button down to turn it off.
I don't know why they did that.
I don't either.
It's pretty irritating.
Let me see the settings. I can change that. I'm sure. Like the assist, I don't know about you, but I hardly use the assistant.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so next is we're gonna take our hot pad that is continuously warming this up. I'm gonna bring it over here on camera. We want to transfer all these components over. So let's start off with this piece right here. Set that down next to us. We're gonna use a flat tool here. And we're just gonna stick on it. And if you don't have enough stickiness, then use some T7000. Seems fine here. Okay, now for this one, I'm pretty unsure about this. I've never done anything like this. So here we go. I'm gonna easily pull out this cable. Come on, cable. And I already unlatched it. The cable does not want to come out, it wants to be a jerk. Might be some glue under it, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna just leave that in there for now because it's not coming out. Really wanted it to come out though. Take my iFlex tool here and just carefully try to move this fingerprint sense reader. I need gloves because I keep on burning myself. Just being ultra careful, guys. At this point, I don't even know if I'd recommend an amateur doing this. This is pretty tedious here. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Okay, I don't want to ruin the sensor by putting anything under it. I'm going to clean my iFlex tool here, or iPlastix tool, with some alcohol because I don't want anything nasty getting on the fingerprint sensor. he already told me that it's terrible as it is, so let's not make it worse. Cut around the sides here. See if we can try to loosen it up somehow. Overall, I get a lot of resistance. Still, I would think it'd pop up by now. I've cut all around about a millimeter, a half millimeter in. It's still not popping up. I don't want to bend it because it looks ultra thin. So I'm just slowly going around here. I don't know how big this sensor is. Starting to loosen up though. Okay, there we go. First person on YouTube to show this for sure. Oh, okay, there's lots of adhesive around this sensor. Let's see if I can pull this stupid cable out that doesn't want to come out. There we go. I had to pull pretty hard, guys. That's your sensor. It looks untouched. We did good. Okay, so next is we're gonna have to, for sure, glue that sensor down with some T7000. This is why I tell you to watch all the video before. Be careful not to get anything on that sensor or it will definitely affect the performance. We're just gonna put just into T7000, just enough to stick down the sensor on the new screen. Okay, it looks like I didn't. I need more T7000. Need it right here. Right here. Like closer. Oh my gosh, that's super nerve-wracking. I have no clue how to center this, guys. Well, I can't see the sensor at all, so maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Just pressing down just a little bit. I feel like it is perfectly lined up the best I can, but I mean, it could be just off by a little bit and it doesn't work, so who knows. What we're gonna do is, since I have the customer here watching, is I'm gonna have him test his fingerprint before, you know, doing this, gluing it down. Lifting little bracket, I thought I did that earlier, but I guess I didn't. There's a little, oh, there's something in here. You do not want to poke this display, guys. Be super careful, it's extremely delicate OLED. You gotta be kidding me, who put this in here like this? For some reason, someone thought it'd be funny to plug something in that port. Guess to protect it, I don't know. All right, we slide it in. And my T7000 is leaking everywhere. Jeez. Just to let you guys know, if you find this too complicated, you can always mail in your phone to us, and we'd be glad to take care of you. This feels too loose up here. So what we're gonna do is bust out that T7000 a little bit more. Just put a little bit of there. That's gonna help keep that camera holder sitting in there properly. What do you think? Easy?
I don't think I'd try doing this myself.
No?
No.
Not that bad. Just something new that I've never played with.
Transfer the components is the part that I'd be too scared to change myself.
This is a lot longer video than I expected, though.
I guess good thing we don't have to like do the software part for the fingerprint scanner.
Yep. Okay, I feel comfortable with that. I'm pretty sure I did the fingerprint sensor right. So much so, I'm gonna go ahead and just put the clamp in. But just in case the screen comes a little loose while the customer is testing, his fingerprint sensor reader will have a good clamp on. Come on. Pesky screw. I need more fingers. Really? This is a little frustrating little clamp here. There we go, jeez. And getting the screw on right is impossible, so we're gonna do it that way. Every time I get it on, this bracket wants to move on me. How nice of it. That is pretty tedious there, guys. Just saying. Just a bit. Okay. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna test it with the fingerprint reader. We go from there. Oh. Actually press the power button. Okay, I'm gonna have you bring your fingerprint over here and we're gonna try to do this on camera. I'm gonna hold the screen down and just be light about it. There we go.
It worked. That's actually
About normal.
It's actually faster than normal.
Faster than normal. Voila. Woo. I'd say level of difficulty for the fingerprint sensor transfer, probably about an 8 out of 10. Screen replacement, pretty easy, especially if it already has a fingerprint sensor reader. So you may want to seek a professional on this repair, guys. Just saying, unless you can find one with a fingerprint sensor reader, and I really doubt you'll be able to do that. Okay, so next is we're gonna just run T7000 along this black frame here. And what we're doing is just putting some more T7000 up here. I know you guys can't see well. Just gonna put a little line down here too. Any excess of T7000? Not a problem, guys. You know why? Because you can always clean it off. But don't go all crazy on it where it's a bunch of glue everywhere inside, too. I'm just setting it down first on the left here. Okay, so there is an ear mesh up there, so you want to be really careful not to get any on your ear mesh. There's a little some stringy glue that concerned me there for a second, thought it was a crack. Like, no! Okay, so we're trying to get that stupid camera piece in. I'm trying to lift it up and wiggle it in just right here. I always hate those camera pieces. That's falling off. So then my next option, if the camera piece is falling off, is put it on in here. So just set it in here first. I hope you guys can see that. Yep. I don't know what's going on with this, but it's being a jerk. I don't have to go underneath there or what? Jeez. Yeah, it goes underneath. So yeah, you definitely want to put that down first. Be very careful, guys. Make sure there's no glass shards left over. If you leave glass shards, you're gonna have a really bad time and you're gonna crack your new display. T7000 dries in about 30 seconds. I'm gonna put down some pressure. As long as your frame's not bent, it's not gonna come up. If your frame is bent, well, things are gonna get really expensive for you guys. Well, I hope you guys learned something here. Please like and subscribe. More of these videos coming out in the future. More detailed videos, and yeah, you guys have a good one. Thank you.